Celiac disease is virtually an unknown disease that is becoming more noticeable every day. American Family Physician says 1 in every 1 to 200 people in the United States alone has been diagnosed with celiac. I first was introduced to the disease about 10 years ago when my cousin was diagnosed. She became very ill and no one really knew what was going on, and one doctor finally decided that it was this rare disease called celiac. Since then, I've become more knowledgeable and aware of the disease. My name is Will Clark, and I would like to go a little more in depth with this disease they call celiac sprue. Celiac is an inherited autoimmune digestive disorder in which people cannot tolerate gluten, a protein constituent of wheat, barley, malt, and rye flours, says Encyclopedia Britannica. To paint a picture, the small intestine have little finger-like villi which absorb proteins and nutrients, but for a person that has celiac, these villi reject all of them. They're blocked by another layer inside the small intestines. Some people suffer more harshly to this than others. For instance, my cousin's diagnosis is so severe that she can't come in contact with anything with gluten. If she were to eat anything with gluten, she'd become very sick and had a possibility of dying. But on the other hand, I have another friend who has a really mild case. He can eat certain things that have gluten in them and not be affected presently, but in the future, it might be very consequential. Here's a picture of a normal intestine and you can see the villi in here, and this is a picture of a small intestine that has been blocked off by celiac. Let's see. Most of the signs and symptoms are caused by fat malabsorption, which is not getting enough fatty proteins because the villi are blocked off. Fat malabsorption symptoms include diarrhea, malodorous flatulence, abdominal bloating, and increased amounts of fat in the stool. Symptoms I have noticed with my cousin are stunting of the growth. She loses her appetite a lot. She can't take that much food. She loses weight a lot. And if she comes in contact with anything with gluten, she has uncontrollable vomiting. Encyclopedia Britannica states celiac disease is estimated to occur on average in about 1 in every 266 people worldwide. However, only 3% of these people are actually diagnosed. Judging by my calculations, that's approximately 7 million people diagnosed worldwide. The reason only 3% of people are diagnosed is because most cases are very mild and almost non-existent because they don't really affect you that much. But of those 3% that are very severe, people have to drastically change their lifestyle and diet to maintain a healthy life. There's no cure for celiac disease to this day, but celiac disease, if dealt with in the correct way, is manageable in human life. The most difficult thing to deal with if you are not diagnosed with celiac at a young age is changing to the celiac patient's diet. From experience, I've tried a lot of gluten-free food since my cousin has it. Some things aren't that bad, and a lot of things are a lot worse, but if you're young, when you get diagnosed, you don't know what anything else tastes like, so it's not hard for somebody to make themselves eat food when they know they have to survive to eat it. Things like noodles, you couldn't taste or see a difference, but things such as bread, gluten-free bread's pretty horrible. It's really dry and bland, and it pretty much is like a rock. Also, cost is an issue with gluten-free food. Gluten-free bread, a loaf of bread is anywhere from $5 to $8, and I went to Walmart the other day and found a loaf of bread for like $1 or $2. So it's quite a price differential. Now that celiac is becoming more noticeable, many restaurants are even carrying gluten-free menus and items. McDonald's, Wendy's, and Steak and Shake all have gluten-free French fries, and also when my cousin goes to restaurants like that, she really enjoys their hamburger patties, but it's kind of a hassle for the workers because they have to make sure that they put on new gloves and that the hamburger patties don't come in contact with anything with gluten in them, because it could be very dangerous for anyone's health that's trying to eat that. Um, it doesn't stop there. Nowadays, they're even coming out with gluten-free candy and gluten-free peanut butter, and also even alcoholic beverages. Um, it doesn't stop with living with the disease. You can also get involved in the fight against celiac. The Celiac Disease Foundation is an organization founded in 1990, and their goals are to make the public aware of this disease and to provide sufficient funds for scientists trying to find a cure for celiac. News and research sections on their websites are free, so if anyone has any symptoms like that, they can check the website out. It's all for free. They have really good help. You can shop on their website, and you can even find local places that have really knowledgeable people on celiac. I'd like to review. Celiac is a chronic disease that currently has no cure. The disease can be lived with if dealt with in the correct manner. Don't let the numbers scare you. It really is pretty uncommon as of right now, but it's gaining popularity, I guess you would call it. Just be aware that it's out there, and be aware for yourself and your family's sakes. I hope this informative speech gave some people some insight that they didn't know about. I appreciate anyone watching, and thank you for your time.